Welcome back, Dark Army, and we're back with another Madden NFL 18 rebuilding the Browns. And today I will be playing against the Colts, and now I gotta hurry up real quick. So yeah, I'm gonna show you guys the new players that I got. I traded them yesterday. I traded for them yesterday, and I traded one wide receiver to the Ravens, and I got Eric Weddle. Don't know how I got Eric Weddle. So our defense is now growing, but yeah. So we're gonna play this game real quick, and then I gotta go. What I was gonna do was I was gonna do a story about Ray Lewis, but I can't now, so I'll have to do it in the next video, say on how after Ray Lewis went to London with the Ravens, comes home, and finds out that the Browns won or lost, or yeah.
This is Madden 18 on EA Sports. It's hard to imagine this not being a fun game to watch. It's the Browns going up against the Colts. With that, it's time to hook up with our commentators in the booth. So we turn it over to Brandon Godden and Charlie Davis.
Thank you, Larry. We welcome you to the heart of the Hoosier State in the Circle City of Indianapolis, Indiana, and Lucas Oil Stadium. Just as we were ready for air, it was the Colts emerging from the locker room to great fanfare here in Indy. They're ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with the Cleveland Browns. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden, and Charles, as we take a look at the Colts entering play, they come in losing to two straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it two in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched
Alright, so I'm gonna unplug my mic real quick, so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed.
Together every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback now in his 6th season out of Stanford. Here's Andrew Luck.
And I saw that he had an interesting quote in the research packet that we had after last week's game. It's all on me now. I've got to lead my team and find a way for us to win a game. 0-2, but they're at home. I guess he's going to try and find a way to get the home crowd involved early.
Here's the first carry now for Frank Gore. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. And here are the Colts offensive starters.
The Indianapolis Colts offense in 2016 continued to be a hard one to prepare for because they had Andrew Luck back almost full-time and terrific weapons on the outside led by T.Y. Hilton. But the surprise to me, only 23rd in the league in rushing despite a 1,000-yard back in Frank Gore. They're looking for a little more balance so they can get back to the top of the AFC South.
And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. They'll try and pick up the first with Gore. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. Didn't get it by much, but bottom line got the first down. Avoiding that 3 and out, how vital is that on the first drive?
To me, it's like the first round of a boxing.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. And, Charles, we get a look here at the key inactives, and I tell you what, a big list for being this early in the season.
If there's any silver lining at all, you're hoping you can get these guys back, and now you'll play well down the stretch with them. But what you're also hoping is that the guys who have to play for them, the next man up mentality kicks in, and those guys take care of business.
And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. They'll get 4 back there on the run, but now they're looking up at a 3rd and 12 situation. And now the starting defense for the Browns.
When you look at Cleveland's defense in 2016, it's pretty easy to isolate where their problems began. 31st in the league against the run. They finished 31st overall in total defense as well. So you have to start with them shutting down teams running the football to give themselves a chance to make some plays in the passing game.
And this defense looks for one more stop here on 3rd after the run. Out of the gun, Luck. And this is going to be incomplete.
Used to have a coach who tells us all the time, those scouting reports aren't just to use up paper, guys. Well, nowadays, you know, we're watching a computer screen, right? They scouted this team very well. Know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game. They covered that play successfully.
The punter Lock out there now as he sends it away. Taken in at the 22. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They'll be led out by the former Cal Bear, Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, I'm not taking a turn to negative town, even though it's going to sound like it. The 2 interceptions he threw last week, those obviously have to be eliminated, and that was the focus of practice this week. But let's face it, he did throw 3 touchdowns.
And they got the win.
And they got the win, so I think...
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Andrew Gatchkar in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long.
Now, I know we're only 2 plays in, but after giving up back-to-back sacks, something has to change with the protection, and they can't wait to halftime to make an adjustment.
And going deep for... He's got a man complete. And they finally take him down, but not before he reaches the 43. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
On 2nd down, Elliott. Offense working with a 3rd and 13 still left. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's going to fire one deep. This is caught inside the 15. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, they just treated 3rd and long as simply an opportunity to make an even bigger play. Normally, you're just trying to pick up the 1st down, and you know where the sticks are. They took this thing way downfield. Confidence in the receivers to go up and make a play.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns have taken the early lead.
And as many coaches' meetings as we sit in, we hear the word finish all the time, don't we? And on that play, the back actually finished getting into the end zone, breaking the last tackle. Tried to wrap up, tried to use the proper technique, just wasn't able to get it done.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again. Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Now, prior to the snap, we hit all zeros as time has run out on the first quarter of play. 7-0 is our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Colts in possession of the football to begin quarter number 2. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out. Play fake to Gore. It's locked. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Christian Kirksey coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Luck and the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long. On the draw, Luck gives to Gore. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And he'll take it just outside the 40. Oh, shifty. Whoa. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. Now look at Quincy and and the rest of the offense heading back out. The early returns for him, very good to start this season. Interesting to see if he can keep up that torrid pace.
Yeah, when you're talking about averaging 100 yards a game as a receiver, extrapolate that over 16 games, and you're having a monster season. So, yeah, you love what he's doing early, but I think it's got to go back to the offseason, doesn't it? It's got to go back to the roots, spending time with the guy who's going to throw the ball to him, spending time watching tape, spending time reading defenses, and, of course, getting himself ready to play.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tucker roll that they can fall back on anymore.
Here's Elliott. He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time. And now it's 2nd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A gain of 4 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. Aaron Rodgers, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Browns add on to their lead. So a quarterback scramble, certainly a pass play, but he saw something, tucked it, and got in the end zone.
A lot of quarterbacks, when they scramble, they're scrambling to create more time to throw the ball downfield. In this situation, as you noted, he tucked it and took off. Great play by him.
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves him needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And that is incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And taken right at the 35. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And let's gaze our attention on Ezekiel Elliott. And no doubt he's come out of the gate strong. Only in week 3, and you see the numbers thus far.
And we always talk about identity, setting a tone, you know, getting the groundwork laid for the season or for a game. And that's what they've done with the running game so far. It reminds me of when I first went to the University of Tennessee. And believe it or not, I was a quarterback for a day and a half. And the first practice session, the first play we ran was 28 pitch, which is a toss sweep. And I remember the offense coordinator saying, that's our identity. That's our bread and butter. That's the basis of our offense. We got to get that down right here, right now. I think we're seeing some of that in this running game here.
So did you not get that down, and that's why you were moved to the defense, or what?
I don't know for that reason, but I do know I saw a couple of guys throw, and immediately they were saying, you know, you need to learn how to backpedal.
Hey, you turned into a heck of a DB, though, partner. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. 7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
319!
Now a first carry for the backup, Isaiah Crowell. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down. Career highs in receptions, carries, and total yards last year for Crowell. His total yardage was 952. That was the highest by a Cleveland Brown running back since 2010.
And that sounds impressive, but I think there's much more out there for him. If Cleveland's playing
under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Henry Anderson. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. On second down, here's Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. And this is caught. Jeremy Maclin. And they do get him down down, but not before he reaches the 4-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try.
And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Isaiah Crowell in the final seconds of the first half. And the Browns add 6 to their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Gore. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. Let's take a look back at the first half. The Colts haven't played their best football and trail because of it. The Browns have come in and looked good as the road team, and will just keep trying to play hard and maintain the lead going forward. All right, let's get it going. Let's roll those first half highlights. Midway through the first, the deep ball is on target here, and he won't be brought down until he makes it to the 43-yard line. Continuing on the drive, on the carry, there goes Ezekiel Elliott, and he'd go in for the 6-yard touchdown. The Browns is up now by 7, about halfway through the second quarter. Rodgers is going to stay inside after the handoff, and he'll take it in for the touchdown. We move late into the second as they move out in front, 14-0. Macklin's wide open, able to make the grab. Still late stages of the second. Crowell's going to take it off the left edge, and this 5-play drive goes for a touchdown. As they go up here at 21-0.
Okay, Larry, a fairly one-sided first half as we get set to go in the second half. Tyreek Hill on the return. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now a play fake here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Kendall Langford in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And oh, what a catch that time by Macklin. It's a big play there for the Browns. 57 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath.
But thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. And they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gore. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Taken from just outside the 30. Skirts by him at the 35. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it?
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And he's brought down. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Throwing is Rodgers. And Green with a catch left side. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, you know, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
The Browns on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Rodgers now to throw. They'll roll him out right. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Antonio Morrison leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on 1st down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It'll be a pickup of 13 on the play. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Here we go with Johnson. The decision to go for it pays off, and now they're set up 1st and goal. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jeremy Maclin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And the Colts getting ready to go.
These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Here's Locke. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Locke finding his emerging tight end Doyle for a Colt first.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Luck on first down. It's caught. Kamar Aiken. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Luck looks to throw on 3rd and 1. And this is going to be incomplete. Here's Jeff Locke now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field.
And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
A first down carry now for Crowell. And he is knocked down from the side. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate. Check.
Now a handoff to Crowell. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, at some point, these defenders absolutely have to say, We've just got to make a stand. We've had enough of this.
Giving up a lot of points in this game, but looked better on that play. And he gets it down to the 32. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be third down.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it, and boy, the reward was there. A big, big pickup, and guess what? It's now third and very short in order to try and pick up a first down. But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. While other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now.
Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, a little insult to injury here late in the game. This a fairly straightforward 22-yard short attempt. The storyline in this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column, too.
So for Cleveland, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Colts, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everybody.
Alright, so I don't know how I did that, and I know I'm going to be getting a lot of comments saying, oh, you put it to rookie, or oh, you put it to pro. I never changed it. Alright, and if I have to do a video showing that I never changed it, I can, because I've never changed the difficulty. So yeah, anyway, that's our second win. Ray Lewis is now happy because after the Week 1 loss to the Steelers, we come back and we beat 2 more AFC teams. We're probably showing that that we can be a force to be reckoned with. Alright, so now we face the Bengals, the Jets, and the Texans, and then I think it's our bye week. Right, hold on. No, we face the Bengals, the Jets, the Texans, and then we go back to Cleveland, then we go to London, and then we go to our bye week. I know you guys are gonna be saying, but Eli, it doesn't say London. It won't say London. It will never say London. It says it's the home. It says it's the home. It says they're going to Cleveland, but we are going to London because it says that because the Browns is the home team and the Vikings are the away team in London. So yeah. Oh, and also I figured out why this says 2. I think I played the game before I did the stream. So yeah. Just to see what I did. I did lose the game as well. So yeah. So I know I'm just gonna get a lot of commenting on how I changed it to rookie or to pro. It's very easy to get a shutout. Alright. As long as you run the right defenses, and also the Colts, their offense isn't good in this game right now, because as you see, they are now 0-3, but when we faced them, they were 0-2. Now, if we go to the Colts, they lost to the Rams and the Cardinals, and then we shut them out. So that's one of the first shutouts of the season. I'm not going to be surprised if any other team shuts a team out. So before, hold on. There's nothing quite like watching Aaron Rodgers shred a defense for 4 quarters. He did just that yet again, en route to becoming the 9th most prolific touchdown passer ever. Ezekiel Elliott's a shoulder tear will put his ascent on the upper echelon of halfback on hold for a few weeks. The annual injury bug has finally hit the Browns. They are now forced to make do without their star one, Ezekiel Elliott. You're paid to score touchdowns, even though I don't think he passed any touchdowns. I think we ran for all touchdowns. The Browns offense provided a lot of firepower and a huge road win over the Colts, 30-0. Browns say Ezekiel Elliott will be out multiple weeks. Coaches seem confident they have enough depth to not miss a beat. And then it cuts out. Sources are telling me that the Browns will lose their promising young halfback Ezekiel Elliott for a couple of weeks. When head coach was asked why Jimmy Garoppolo wouldn't start this week over Aaron Rodgers, he said, "I think the team just needs a different look." Crank up the confusion machine. Seems Browns are benching quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo. Whose house? Cleveland's house. You get beat this badly, you might as well sign your stadium over to them. Yep. Alright, so yeah, we are now 2-1. We are second in the AFC North. And the Steelers and the Cardinals are now the only 2 undefeated teams. Let's hope the Steelers lose so we can become first in the AFC North, because if they don't lose, they will get the first seed in the AFC North and we will get the second seed. Maybe. Depending on our record. But now we are 6th in the league. And after that shutout, let's see where our defense is. Offensive yards, yeah, on 10,047. Defensive yards, we now moved up to 1st in defense. So that's good. Awards. Yeah. Yeah, we didn't get any awards. So, because of losing Aaron Rodgers, the Packers were forced to pick up Colin Kaepernick. Okay. What is the record, though? One and 2. Okay, so because they lost Aaron Rodgers, they now have a sucky season. Yeah. Reminds me of real life. Alright, so anyway, before I go to school, I'm going to sign these contracts. Josh Gordon, Quincy Enunwa, and Desmond Bryant. Oh yeah, I had to cut a lot of people, so... Yeah, I did cut some people and trade some people away yesterday, so now they are all... So all these contracts that were there, that were here, are no longer here. So after this week, well, after week 5, I will no longer have to deal with contracts until the final week of the season. Well, until after the end of the Super Bowl. So yeah, not saying we're gonna make it though. I'm just saying. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, well, if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button down below, become part of the Dark Lord Army, and become a Dark Lord today to help vanquish the others that stand in our way. Also, go subscribe over to my girlfriend Ava's channel. Her name is Zombie Girl. And then also go subscribe over to my brother Najrid the Awesomeness. And yeah, so hope you guys enjoy. Peace, have a great few days, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.